So after meeting the sage Agastya, Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana head south. They've got these incredible divine weapons and a real sense of purpose now. And as they travel, you can just feel the landscape changing, softening, turning into this lush, beautiful paradise. And that's where our story picks up today, in this incredible place called Panchavati. It's this brief, beautiful moment of peace right before the storm hits. And then they find it. You can almost feel the collective sigh of relief. After everything they've been through, they arrive at this place. And when Rama just softly says, "This is Panchavati," it's loaded with so much meaning. In that one moment, you know they haven't just found a spot on a map. They found a sanctuary. I mean, just picture this place. It wasn't just something they saw. It was a full sensory experience. We're talking tall trees with these gorgeous flowering vines wrapped around them. Golden sunlight is just pouring through the leaves. You can practically smell the wildflowers on the breeze, hear birds singing everywhere, and see these streams that sparkle like liquid silver. It was a true paradise, a world away from all the hardship they'd faced. And what's so fascinating is how each of them saw this perfect spot. For Lakshmana, it felt almost holy, like the earth itself was blessing the ground they stood on. But for Sita, it was more personal. It was a sweet, comforting reminder of the home she missed, of the gardens back in Ayodhya. So you have these two totally different perspectives, but they both come from the same feeling of peace and finally belonging.
Rama saw this, he felt it, and he knew their wandering was done, at least for now. He makes the call, "We're building a home here." And not just some temporary shelter either. They were going to build a real sanctuary, a place that was worthy of the incredible peace they'd found.
And of course, who steps up immediately? Lakshmana. His devotion is just incredible. And look at the thought he puts into this. He doesn't just throw up four walls. He crafts this beautiful hermitage, designing a space for each of them. He builds a special kitchen for Sita right by the river, a quiet spot for Rama to meditate, and even a protective barrier around the whole area. Every single detail was an act of love.
So, with this amazing home build, they finally settle into a rhythm. For the first time in a very long time, their days have a simple, peaceful routine. It was such a welcome change from the constant travel and uncertainty they'd been living with.
And their life just clicked into place. It was perfectly balanced. Rama and Lakshmana were the protectors, the providers. They upheld justice in the forest, living in complete harmony with nature. And Sita, she was the one who turned their little hut into a real home, decorating it with flowers and gathering herbs. Everyone had their role, and together, they built this life of real contentment. You really have to understand what this meant for them. This wasn't just a break. It was a profound moment of peace. Think about it. All the drama, the betrayal, the years of wandering. For just a little while, all of that just faded away. Here in Panchavati, they weren't exiles. They were just a family. But you just knew it couldn't last, right? Paradise, especially in a story like this, is almost always temporary. And the very peace they were enjoying, it was about to attract the wrong kind of attention. A shadow was creeping over Panchavati, and they had absolutely no idea. Because a forest, this old, this deep, it's never really empty. It's got secrets. It's got eyes. And as Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana were living their peaceful life, they were being watched. Someone was out there, hiding in the shadows, just observing. But who?
Her name was Shurpanakha, and her arrival is no random event. She's a powerful demoness, and she's not just some monster in the woods. She is a catalyst. She's the one whose own story, whose own desires are about to crash headfirst into this peaceful little world and change everything forever. And that's it. That's the moment it all changes. She doesn't just see their camp or their home. She sees him. She sees Rama. And that one single glance is the spark that's about to set the entire forest on fire. That calm they had worked so hard to find, that sanctuary they had built with their own hands, it was so fragile. With just one look from the shadows, the whole thing starts to unravel. Their time in Panchavati was over. They just didn't know it yet.